Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. Today I'm gonna work some small items on the 125 Yamaha MX. I've actually done some cleaning up and a little painting, getting stuff ready for that. I've just about got enough stuff to make a roller out of it. I've still got a lot of work to do before I can get a roller out of it. But there's a few small jobs that I need to tackle so that I can kind of proceed in that area. Let me show you a couple of them that I've got here. I've kind of decided to use a 72 reed valve engine. I just feel that you have more natural power out of the reed valve than you do the piston port. So that was something that was available in 72. But I've got some broken off studs here. I've got one in the exhaust and one in the intake. So I've got to try to get those out. If I can't get them out, then I'm going to have to drill them out and re-tap them. Another little project is the sprocket adapter here. These, they actually run very short bolts in these. This is the standard bolt. And these things were allowed to run with the bolts loose. And in doing so, they've wallered them out quite a bit. So I'm going to have to go in here and drill them, tap them, put a Heli-coil in them. And see, these are actually metal or steel with like an aluminized coating over them. But somehow or another, we've got to get we got to we have to make them new or renew them, revitalize them. That's what I was trying to come up with. So that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to drill them, tap them, put a Heli-coil in each one of them, then just make sure I keep them tight. Let me show you some more of what I've been doing here. I've got the frame pretty well like I was saying, I had a nice day, and I went ahead and sandblasted the frame and the swing arm and a lot of the other components. Some of them I've got painted again. You just have to work when the weather's nice for anything that you've got to do outdoors. And I really didn't think I'd ever have a chance this winter, but we're having kind of an Indian summer here in the winter, and it's pretty nice. So I've been able to do that. The forks are pretty much ready to go. I've got to get a few different, I think I need a different front axle, but I went and did some plating. So I've got a lot of the plating done for the hardware that I need to for a roller. I've got the wheels and the hubs. I've just got to paint the hubs, and I've also got the spokes, so I can lace the wheels up. I'm not yet ready to paint the swing arm because I want to do an extension, a 1-inch extension. I think it'll be cut right about here and a piece put in it, then welded back up. I'm not real sure what I'm going to do. I've got to build a fixture so that I can keep everything straight. So that'll be the next thing that I need to do in that direction. So kind of what I've got to do is get these bolts out, get these threads fixed, and also I've been working with my induction a little bit, and The hot setup in the day was to use a 26 millimeter carburetor, and those are found on the DT1, the 250s. So I went out to the barn, I did some more looking, and I found some carburetor parts. I think I got enough to build one of those. And like I say, here's the reed valve, but now the reed is, or the carburetor is not going to fit on this reed valve. The hole in here and here, the venturi, are the same, but you can see a little bit difference in the width, so the bolt pattern's different. So what I'm going to have to do is, on this adapter, I'm going to have to build this up with weld, fill these holes, and then re-tap it. And I think I've got to go out a little bit this way too, so that this seal is going to seal. Yeah. So I've got a little work to do on that, or I may just make it another one. I'm not real sure what I'm going to do there yet, but it's all things that have to be thought of. Anyhow, I think that's about all of that I can tell you right now. I've just got to get to work here and see if I can get these studs out. All right, we've got I put a washer on here and just set a nut up there, and I'm going to weld that bolt to the stud that's left over. Well, the old weld your nut on job or procedure didn't work, so we're setting it up to drill it out. So right now we've got the head of the mill angled to hopefully close to the right angle, and I'm going to cut off part of the mill off part of the top there. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take it down a little further than that. That looks better. We got it out. Get the tap started. All right, looks like we're through. Pretty easy in that aluminum. So you got a little. And there we go. Now we got to get the exhaust side out. Okay, now I'm going to work on this carburetor a little bit. I'm going to stick it into some aluminum cleaner. So it's a mild acid. It'll start kind of foaming here in a minute. It just gets some of the impurities off of the outside of it, so it'll so it looks better. You don't want to leave it in there too long. I think maybe I don't have it quite strong enough. No, it's working. It's working. I don't know. Maybe I can get you down there so you can see it. See the foam coming off of it. It's going to brighten it up a little bit. You don't want to leave it in there too long because some aluminum, it will turn black. So you've got to watch that. Just kind of look at it once in a while and see the progress. But you can use aluminum brightener for a lot of things. This is what I use. And a gallon will go a long way. I believe it's mixed 15 to 1. So 1 part solution to 15 parts water. Let's take it out and see what it looks like. Just drop it in, kind of rinse it in some tap water. Yeah, it's a lot brighter. There's still some bad spots on it, but you know, it's 50 years old. It's a heck of a lot better than it was. But I really don't want to leave it in there too long. It's probably been in there 5 minutes. So I think I'm going to quit there, blow it out a little bit. And that's it after we've blown it dry. I think you'll admit it's a lot better than it looked. And it'll clean up some of that, the white cakey stuff that gets kind of some kind of mineral probably in there. It'll take that out. So when I started this process, I had a bunch down in the needle and seat area, and it's all gone now. And there was some in here where the jet, kind of between the jet and the housing here. So it works really good, just don't mix it very strong, don't leave it in there too long. But looks pretty good. Okay guys, one other thing I need to do here that I forgot about was this spark plug is stripped out. Looks like somebody put too short a plug in it and tightened it way too tight. So it's stripped out probably the first half of the threads up there. And the other side is still good. Okay. Now, I've got this set up over in the mill, and I'm going to kind of show you what I did to get everything lined up. These spark plugs are about 15 degrees, and I've got the head of the mill knotted over at 15 degrees, and then you can see that I'm not even touching any of the remaining threads there. And I've got this little dowel, I just made it to just barely fit. So it looks like we're in good shape there. So we should be able to go right to work. I'm going to step this up just a little bit at a time, because the only way I can hold this head is in the vise with some wood blocks on both sides. And I've got it squeezed down pretty good, but if I get any chatter, then it's going to be, it's not going to want to stay there. So I'm going to step it up just a little bit at a time. Well, I need to get a little faster than that. What we're going to do here is put a Heli-coil in that, and the actual drill size for 14 millimeter Heli-coil is 9/16. So that's where we're at now, 9/16. right. Good clean hole. Okay, now we'll get ready to tap. I'll leave it in here at least to start it. Hopefully I can get all the way through. I may have to move it over to the bench for that. This is a Heli-coil tap, not a regular tap, because we've got to make room for the new threads that we're putting in. And what I'm doing here is with this tap follower, I can put that down into the hole in the end of the tap, and it puts a little bit of pressure on it. And it keeps it lined up. Looks like I'm going to have to move the camera. Maybe I can just slide you back a little bit. No. I'm going to have to probably get the tripod here. Hang on just a minute. All right. And get a little Lumitap on it. Again, remember to back up occasionally to clear those chards out of there. And I'm keeping pressure on this just so it stays tight and in line. I can't see it, so I've got to just go by feel here. I'm going to try to see if I can see the tap through the other plug hole. Not yet. I think it's just about got to be through there. I'm just going to have to back it out so we can see it. Yep, looks like we're all the way through. All right, let me get set up for the threading. Okay, what I'm going to do is kind of deburr the top just a little bit so to make it easier to start. Here's our new spark plug thread, and this is a little tool that just kind of load it like you would a bullet almost, with this little tang down. That's what's going to allow us to turn it into there. And it kind of threads into the bottom of the application tool. My hand's probably going to be in the way here, but we just hold it down there and slowly turn it. Okay, I think we're in. Yeah. Okay. Now if you look down in the bottom there, see there's a little, that tang is still in there. So that's designed to break off, and that's what I'm getting ready to do now, is to break that off. My camera stopped on me for some reason, but I think we've got all our, except for the last little bit. Now I'm going to take that tang out. There it is. That's only in there to drive it in. And there's our new thread. All the way down. You can see remnants of our, yeah, it's right here at the bottom. Just all the way down. There's the thread. I went about a half a thread further down here than I should have, but I just couldn't see in there quite to see what was going on, but it'll do okay since we got such a long plug. All right, so there's how to install a heli-coil, and while I was at it, I went ahead and chased the other side just with a regular 14mm tap, just to make sure that it wouldn't be a problem. So there's that repair. Hey guys, I think I'm going to call that a wrap on this one. I was going to show the heli-coils going into the sprocket adapter, but it's exactly the same as the spark plug. The procedure is, except you don't have to go to all the gyrations and get a tilt and all that, you know, get your angle right. Everything's straight, and it's just going to be repetitive. 6 more holes with 6 more heli-coils. So we've done a few little small projects for the Yamaha AT-1MX, and I've showed you some of the progress, and we'll be getting back on it pretty soon. I'm not real sure where we're going to go from here, but you can rest assured we're going to have some more videos. So thanks for going along on the ride. See you in the next video.